Hello, this is Dave Hammer, an amateur blacksmith who'd like to share a little bit of experience with you. Today we're going to be forging some pickup tongs. We start with a 9/16 inch medium carbon steel bar about 13 inches long, and we'll end up with a set of tongs that you see above it there. Those tongs are about 17 inches long. Light that forge. Put our stock in there. I don't want to go, I don't want to go. When I bring out the project, it's going to be too bright for you to see exactly what I'm doing, so I'm going to show you the first initial steps with this practice bar. We start with half face blows to start forging the jaws. We start back about 1.25 inches. Angle that bar down for the first few blows so I get a indentation I can push against. Now you got to keep that against the anvil. It should be a reasonably square corner on the anvil. This is going to get forged out to about 3 inches. On the full bar side, I forge that down to just under to be just over halfway left. So, and then on the end, it's about 1/8 of an inch. It's a taper. The next step, turn the bar one quarter rotation left to bring it over to the edge of the anvil. There should be a good rounded corner on the anvil, and use half face blows to push that down. Again, about halfway or a little less than halfway. We're forming the boss here, where the rivet's going to be, and forge that back about 1.5 inches. Use strong blows. Keep it turned up. You can see the shape there. I have a long boss right now. The third operation is going to be to go rotate again 1/4 to the left and bring that about the distance out from the anvil, about the width of the boss. So in this case it's about 3/4 of an inch or somewhere around there. I wish there was a way to tone that light down, that brightness down. Get that lined up. Use strong blows, hold that steady. Now it'll thicken the other side, so you have to go back and work that again. That's the second step. Third step, you're going to work this to about 3/8 of an inch. That's what I want for that rein. Work on the boss, get a nice round or an oval shape. That's what we got. Actually pretty good for me. This is the other side. We'll speed this up so and show all the forging. Again, I'm going to be forging that out about 3 inches. Takes a couple heats. Keep the bar the same width. Okay, we'll check the length of what we forged out, and it's within 1/16 of an inch or so. It's close enough. This is the second side, making the boss. Third step. Again, use a heavy stroke here. Don't let it bounce around. Most hobbyists hate to work with, hate to make tongs. They're difficult when you're learning. After about 25, though, if I were going to draw the reins out by hand, this is how I do it. This is a heavy rounding hammer. would use the round side on the horn to get the maximum movement, or the edge of the anvil. That's about what I would go to. That could be cut off and forge welded to a rein, or forged all the way. We're going to use a power hammer to draw out our reins. This is a Fairbanks 150. The motor is hanging from a rack that's bolted up into the ceiling joists. .150 Fairbanks. I love this hammer. The die is huge. The dies are huge. The dies are actually 6 by 8 inches. These are combination dies. The flat side is 4 inches wide, so it's 4 by 6 flat. Very handy. The drawing side is 4 inches long. There's about a 1 inch flat on that top. Works. I love combination dies. There are people who don't like them, but this is an industrial hammer. There's no problem using combination dies. This hammer was probably made around 1900. This is the speed I run. You have to be careful that I don't pull that boss back into the dies. It's very easy to ruin this project. I work this down to just a little bit under 3/8 of an inch square. Just takes a few minutes. This is the other side. We'll start out regular speed. This is the slack belt. It doesn't have a clutch. It's got a brake. There we go. I love watching the increased speed on this type of thing, because you can see the metal move. See it move more. Power hammer noise is like music to me. We're all done drawing the reins out. Find the center. I'm going to put a mark on that with a hot cut. I'm going to do it cold just to put a little indent in it, so when I heat this to cut it, I can just bring it out and slide it along till I feel that dent. Just a little tap. Okay, I heated the center. Find the notch, cut it off. Straighten those handles a little bit on the ends and filed them. You won't see me do that, but obviously I did. Next is a necessary chore. Put your name, put your mark on your work. Be proud of your work. Use a mark. This has got my name on it. Somebody get teased about. Hammer. Next, we're going to make the hole for the rivet. Use a punch. Would have been better off to start on the other side. Hit here until you feel resistance against the anvil. Actually making a little biscuit in there. Turn it over. It's obvious to see where you punched on the other side because of the little dark spot. Right now there's a biscuit in there. It's loose. It's wedged in that side. See. If I had started on the other side, I would just have to poke that out. As the way I did it, I need to push it all the way through the hole. It takes several taps. All though. The biscuit was loose. It fell on the floor. I saw it. That's why I knew it was done. Nice hole definition there. The other side of the tongs worked equally well. Now for the rivet, I've heated the rivet up. tested this before I heated the rivet, and it fit nice and smooth. When you heat metal, when you heat steel, it expands, so it's a little hard to get this on. It's what it should be. I could have just riveted that, but I wanted the rivet hotter, so I stuck the whole thing in the forge just for a second. Peen that rivet and then work the reins until it's loose. This is going to be a pickup tong, so we have to bend these ends and put that loop in there. My post vise, when I close it, doesn't come exactly perfect on the sides, so I use this little vise sometimes. Straighten that up. Come over and make the other band. This is just by eye. I was going to make these to sell. I'd make jigs for this stuff that wouldn't be all totally freehand, but it could be. It's not that difficult. It's not rocket science. It just takes practice. Those tabs are a little long, but I'm still going to bend them around the length they are, just to see what I would end up with. So, but they are the circle I end up with pickup end bigger than I want, so I'm going to end up cutting those tabs a little bit. There are uses for this big an end, but it's not what I wanted for this project. Flatten that out a little bit. Enough to get it on the hot cut. Cut that off. Do the same on the other side. I file those a little bit. Then come back or come over to this is a 1/2 inch round is all. The vise, my post vise. This is coming together very nicely. It's exactly what I wanted for this project. Looking good. I'll flatten that end down a little bit, even it. Only one thing left to do. That's adjust the reins. Stick the tongs in the vise at the boss, and then move the reins around where you want them. You do that in this dimension and in that dimension. When I put that in there, it looked fine. So we're done. There we are. Hope you enjoyed the. Thanks for watching.